Hello everybody, welcome back to the allotment. It's Sunday the 1st today. I did pop up yesterday and we did a few videos. I'm sure you can go back and have a quick nose if you want to see those. And we'll start off in this bed. The radishes, took some more radishes yesterday. And sowed another 2 rows of radishes. The spring onions are all coming up great now. I took all of those self-seeded flowers out the back of the border because they were kind of encroaching on everything and affecting the way the stuff grows. You can see it's empty that end. The beetroot seems to be coming back okay after it was attacked by the pigeons, and also the turnips are starting to grow pretty well now. I need to thin those out. There's quite a good old line of turnips there. I don't always thin them, to be honest, I just usually let them go. Carrot bed's the carrot bed, pretty much the same, it's just everything's getting bigger. Good news on the parsnip front, the seedlings are all now starting to come through, so happy days with that. Main crop potatoes, they're all flowering now. It's filled the bed out quite well. There's still a few weeds down the edges, but I think that's quite normal. Strawberries, we've had absolutely tons of strawberries. There's still tons more to come yet. I'm not picking from the row in front of the greenhouse. I'll show you that in a minute. You'll see the reason why. The salad and new potatoes, the flowers are fading on those now, so they'll be pretty much ready to come out. I'm going to go over here, but I'm going to be really quiet. I think the last video update I showed you the duck eggs. So the last time I looked there were 9 eggs on there. Now mama duck has now been sat on the nest for about 3 or 4 days, so I'll just go really quiet now. So yeah, she's been sat on the nest now for sort of 3-4 days. I don't know how long duck eggs take to hatch, but I suppose I could give it a search. What can I say about in here? The cucumbers have had to be tied in now because they're falling over, so they've been tied in. The chilies are going great. Actually, they're going more than great. They've absolutely exploded since I put them in. Since I put them in the greenhouse and actually in the soil. Now this thing's got to come out because it's just taken over the greenhouse now. It's absolutely enormous. It smells really good though. The sweet corn has probably tripled in size since I put that in. I did do a garlic harvest yesterday. Well, not a harvest, I did like a test harvest, so I probably took half a dozen or so out just to see what they're like. The video is on YouTube, one that I posted yesterday. I'm not going to be harvesting this garlic for another few weeks yet. And the elephant garlic was probably another 4 or 5 weeks yet before I harvest that. Courgettes are starting to come into bud now, so not be long before we get courgettes. The apples on the apple trees are doing great. The codling moth trap, which has got a pheromone in, I actually put that up yesterday. It's already doing its job. There are moths in there. So hopefully we'll get some decent apples off the apple tree this year without them all having chunks bitten out of them. The Brussels sprouts, they're getting really tall now. They're probably 1.5 foot tall. Love a good Brussels. The swede they're all thickened up. We could actually start taking those now if we wanted to. Greyhound cabbage, they're starting to heart up now. The calabrese, which is sold as broccoli in the supermarkets, they're only probably a couple of weeks away now. So the granddaughter will be absolutely over the moon with those. She loves a bit of calabrese, does the granddaughter. And these French marigolds, still got the bits and bobs in the cold frame that need to go out. Onion bed, that's going nuts. The leeks have all picked up now. Well, some of them are taller than the onions. I put 6 of those tomatoes out yesterday, so there's two firework on the right, 2 Heinz in the middle, and 2 Sweet Million on the far left. These things are getting flower buds on now, so I don't think it'll be long before these are flowering. Can't wait for those. Those are the Jerusalem artichokes, or sunchokes. Giant strawberries, and they are absolutely giant. They're really sweet as well. I was very sceptical, but they are. I tend not to believe anything that I buy off eBay, but these things really are giant. So that's all good. I should be propagating those and putting them down properly for next year. Those are all real whoppers. And the birds seem to be leaving them alone now. I don't know whether they're fed up with eating them, I don't know, but it seems to be. That's quite a small one actually, considering. Into the free greenhouse. Now I took all the runners out of, or suckers, whatever you call them, out of the tomatoes yesterday and tied those all in. The lettuce obviously still needs to go out. So I bought in the week a copy of Square Meter Gardening. Now Square Meter Gardening is the English version of Square Foot Gardening. I think it's basically the same, except for all the kind of like the measurements and such are in metric as opposed to imperial, which is obviously imperial is what the Americans still use. So I'm excited to have a go at that. I'm going to get some bits and bobs together, some compost and vermiculite, and we'll have a go at that. The aubergine plant must be 2 foot tall now, the one on the left. The one on the right is catching up. There's loads of flower buds on it, so hopefully it won't be long before we've got some aubergines. The peppers are starting to flower now, so I don't think the peppers will be far behind. This one seemed to have a... Actually, I can tell you what happened to this one. When I put some fish blood and bone on it, I actually got it on the leaves, and the nitrogen burned the leaves, which has knocked it back quite a bit. I mean, you can see the difference in size. So anyway, we'll see what happens to that. I keep snacking on these bad boys. They are really tasty. I'm glad I left them in there because I was going to take them out again. These are chilies. They've got flowers on there. Oh yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention is that I put the pumpkins out. There's one down here where the compost bins used to be last year. So hopefully that'll pick up and that'll be alright in there. Down here is where I chucked all of those marigold seeds, the saved ones. So there's tons of them coming up, so I'm quite excited for that as well. The raspberries. I would say probably about another 2 weeks away for raspberries. Not far away from eating those now. So the granddaughter will be loving them as well, as much as she's loving the strawberries at the moment. Calendula and all sorts of marigolds and bits and bobs are chucked in here. They all seem to be coming up. Put the beans in yesterday. That one's actually climbing already. There's another pumpkin over there. And there's also another one up by the cabin, which I forgot to show you. And this foxglove is, well, it was full of bees yesterday. It's obviously quite late in the evening. It's nearly 7 o'clock now, I think. There's not so many bees flying about this time of day, but whenever you plant or sow foxgloves, they never come as tall as the self-seeded varieties. So, you know, I feel when we cultivate them, they're never as good as they are when they self-seed. This is another patch of calendula and I think cornflowers. There was French marigolds in here as well. There's tons of that coming up. And the peas have recovered now after the vicious attack from the pigeons. As to the lettuce are picking back up again. I've got to put that Perillia in. I keep forgetting about it because it's hidden down there, but that'll go in anyway. The beans, there's a bumblebee on the bean there. The beans have got tons of flowers on now, and I need to tie those up before they start falling over. I might not actually, it doesn't particularly bother me. And the asparagus, that's going great as well. There's tons of that. As is this purple thing. I still don't know what it's called, but it does smell really nice. The alliums are in flower now. These are the giant football ones that I told you about, and they are absolutely enormous. They're as big as a football, which tend to self-seed everywhere, so they're kind of a bit of a weed, but I feel like I'm not particularly bothered because there are worse weeds to have. Talking of weeds as well, so this I believe is a plantain, and I've let it grow this year and it's actually gone into flower, and I think they're really pretty and the bees love them as well, so happy days with that. I can't really tell you much more. I hope you all had a great weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.